Merry Christmas. Today, it is Christmas Eve. The kids, the family, we're so excited for all the festivities over the next few days. And the question that keeps going around in my mind is, do you want to live a full life? Because I believe that preparation and intentionality is going to make the difference. It's going to make the difference between having a great Christmas week, enjoying the festivities, or feeling like crud, letting your ostomy dictate your life. So the difference is intentionality and preparation. So I want to talk to you about what I'm doing to prep for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day so that we can have an amazing time as a family. All right, so one of the key ways that I plan to thrive, and this is something that I do regardless, but it's very important during weeks when you travel, weeks like a holiday, is I am controlling the foods that I eat as much as I possibly can. I think consistency is so important. It's important all the time, but with an ostomy, you need to figure out which foods work for you, which foods don't, and then when you're gonna be around a bunch of food that you can't control, right? You're going to your parents or your in-laws or a family, a Christmas party at work. There's a bunch of food there that's probably not healthy, it's probably not great for you. So how do you still go have a good time, but how do you balance everything? So one of the ways that I do that is I control my foods as much as I can. So if I'm gonna go have a meal at my in-laws tonight that may or may not be the best for me, I can control all the other meals around it to set myself up for success. But that's gonna require discipline and focus, right? It's Christmas Eve morning and I'm up here cooking as much food as I can. I'm meal prepping for all the different meals today, tomorrow, to make sure I have the food that I need. It takes a lot of planning, it takes a lot of prep, but once again, I do this all the time anyway, and I think it's extremely important if you want to thrive and if you want to live a full life. All right, the meal I'm prepping right now is maybe the most foundational meal I eat every day. It is rice and beef, and I eat this meal about 9 to 10 a.m., so it's not my breakfast because I've already had some sausage, probably around 7 o'clock. I've had a protein shake. That's kind of my breakfast. That's my first meal, but this is my favorite meal every day. And so I'm prepping it for today and for Christmas Day. So that way, in the middle of all the festivities, the chaos, I can just go warm it up in the microwave. I don't have to worry about cooking it. It's already made. So I have about 1 cup of dried rice that I make in the microwave, and so that I'll go ahead and put that in here. And then I do about 8 ounces of ground beef. It's got some good Tex-Mex seasoning on it from Hardcore Carnivore, and then I like to put a little bit of cheese, nothing crazy, just enough to give it a little bit of substance. And then I have this Primal Kitchen buffalo sauce that is a staple. There's even some Primal Kitchen ranch I'll throw on there, but this just gives it enough flavor since I eat it every day. But man, this is my favorite meal. Once again, about 9 or 10 a.m. The rice gives you some nice substance for your stomach. It slows things down a little bit. The beef is predictable. It's good. It's healthy. It's a lot of protein, and this is a great meal. If you've got an ostomy, check it out. All right, the next thing that I'm making this morning is some smoked chicken thighs. I think chicken thighs taste amazing. Chicken breast is good, but this has more flavor. And I usually buy the chicken thighs at Costco. These are from Kroger's. They had a little more fat on them. And that is one thing that I would recommend. I just did that as I cut off some of the excess fat. Now, chicken thighs have more fat on them. I get that. But if there's excess fat, it might be a little harder for your stomach to break down and digest. It was making me a little gassy at work the past couple days. So cut off any extreme excess fat, and then I just dry them off a little bit, and then hit them with my favorite rub. This is Hardcore Carnivore Red. I love this one. I also love Kinder's wood-fired garlic. I'm currently out of that, or else that's what I'd be using. So we're gonna hit this with some seasoning, throw it on the Traeger for about 35 to 40 minutes, and this is my lunch every day. It's just chicken.
Mom, do you need help? I can help you if you need it.
You're so nice.
Mom, do you need help?
Time to give these chicken thighs a flip on the Traeger. I cooked these on the Traeger at like 425, about 16, 17 minutes, and then flip, and then 16, 17 minutes, and then I cook them to about 170, 175, but technically you just need 165. All right, so I'm done meal prepping, and I want to show you what I have for today, what I have for tomorrow, and then how I store it and make sure it's always accessible to me. And these are foods that once again, I eat this stuff every day. Basically, the only variance I have in my meals is dinner, and it's whatever my wife makes. But here is the beef and rice, a little cheese, a little hot sauce right here. That's always my about 9 in the morning I eat that. And then at noon, I eat about 8 to 10 ounces of chicken, smoked chicken thighs. So that's done, it's all cut up. I might dip it in a little Primal Kitchens ranch. That's right there. And then around 2 or 3 in the afternoon, I eat about 340 grams of non-fat, plain Greek yogurt. So this is doesn't have a ton of taste. It's a little bit bitter. You can eat it plain, and I do that sometimes, but I throw about 10 grams of honey on top of it, and I love it. I'm fine with extra carbs. It just provides enough sweetness to make it bearable, but nothing too crazy. And I'll also have a protein shake with this. So I'm getting about 50 grams of protein around 3 o'clock. I also will eat this. These are just a big apple. Because of the OSTOMY, right? We don't eat fruits and vegetables with skin. So I'll have an apple slicer at work, and I'll slice the apples, and then I just eat it like this, and I just stop at the skin. So my kids always make fun of me. Right. That's how you do that. And then lastly, supplements. All right. This is a Pro Stack. I think you can get this off Blender Bottle's website. Maybe you can get a knockoff, I don't know. But I take this every night before I go to bed. I prepare my protein and my supplements for the next day. I have my whey protein and my creatine for the morning. And then I have whey protein for my 3 o'clock meal with my Greek yogurt. And then I have extra electrolytes in the top here, right? This one's a little smaller. And this just is easy to always have with me, and it keeps things tidy. And then I have 2 things of electrolytes every day. Usually I have the scooper, but today I've got the Go Packs. So just BPN electrolytes, you can do whatever brand you want. But this is all great, but if you don't have it with you when you need it, it's pointless. So this is what I do. You don't have to do it. I get lots of laughs at work for this, but every day, and even sometimes on the weekend, I just put everything in this nice Yeti cooler, and I'll put my protein bottle in here, and everything fits. I know that whether it's in the middle of the summer, if this is sitting in the back of my car and it's 110 degrees, everything inside is fine, and I always have my food ready. But this is what I do almost every day, and I just pack everything up, and now I've got consistency in my life with my foods, which with an OSTOMY is critical. I would say even if you don't have an OSTOMY, consistency with your food is critical. But that's how I'm gonna thrive over Christmas. That's what I'm eating. That's how I'm packing my food. Hope that helps. Merry Christmas. It's officially Christmas morning. You can see it's 7 a.m. The kids still aren't up. I think they're starting to get up. But anyway, I hope you and your family have a great Christmas. I hope it's full. And when I use that word full, I mean, I hope that it's brimming with joy. I hope that it's filled with memories and activities and experiences, and that you're not sitting back and cowering. I hope you're living a full life. You're getting after it. You're fighting for everything. And so this year, this coming year, if you're not doing that, I want you to start doing that, because that's what I want to do. That's what I'm trying to do. And so follow along on this channel, Ostomy Warriors, and we're going to fight for a full life. All right, it is Christmas night and I'm heading out to the garage. It's about 9 p.m., want to get a workout in. My wife has not felt good all day. She might have the stomach bug, she might have the flu, which is not good news for me. If you have an ostomy, maybe you understand. Getting the flu leads to me getting extremely dehydrated almost every time. I've had to go to the ER every winter for the past 3 winters, at least once, because when I get the flu and I start, vomiting and whatnot, I get so dehydrated so quickly because of my stoma, because of my ostomy. I think this year we have a plan of attack, but this is real life. We were really looking forward to a great Christmas. We had a really good Christmas, but she was kind of lethargic all day, and then around 5 o'clock, she's like, hey, I might be getting sick. So we'll see. I'm getting a workout in and just need to de-stress a little bit from today. Gonna read the Bible, listen to some worship music, and get a quick workout. All right, let's get 10. And then let's go do exhaustion with the dumbbells. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, 7. All right, exhaustion here. 1, 2, 3. All right, I don't have a spotter, so to stay safe, I go to a comfortable number. I got 7. I felt comfortable there, and then I pick up the dumbbells and I go to exhaustion. So I get that extra oomph, because going to exhaustion, getting those extra reps in, that's what makes you get bigger. And that's the goal. Grow that chest. If you're new here, that's one of my goals. Gain 3 inches on my chest. But anyway, I've been thinking a lot today and yesterday about this idea of not cheating yourself, not negotiating with yourself. I feel like I leave a little bit on the table every year. I get to the end of the year and I think, you know what? I was pretty disciplined. I was pretty focused. I worked pretty hard most of the time. But I always feel like, man, there was a little extra focus, energy, discipline, work that I could have done. And I got too much on my mind, too many things that I want to get done, feel like God's calling me to get done. And I get sick of getting to the end of a year and thinking, you know what? I left something in the tank. I could have done more. And now, we can't control everything. We can't force results. Some of that is in God's hands. But I think too many of us, we're not putting in the work on our end. We expect God to come through and do these things for us. No. We got to put in the work. Work like it depends on us. Pray like it depends on Him. Put in the work hard, and then trust Him. He'll give us the results that He wants. But we got to work hard. And I'm sick of thinking I left something on the table. I don't want to cheat myself anymore. Not in 2026. Little improvements, that's what it's all about. I'm trying a new setting on my camera. Just little improvements to make the video better, but that's what life's about. Little improvements. 1% here, 5% there. Man, those small percents add up. Another thought that's been on my mind a lot is we need to decrease the amount of people we follow.
if you don't want to cut followers off Instagram and YouTube, man, really be thoughtful about paying attention to fewer people. Let fewer people lead your thoughts. Let fewer people lead the direction of your life. Really think about who do you want to follow? Who is going in the direction you really want to go, and pay attention to them. I think too many of us are following too many different people in too many different spheres. And man, we don't really know where we want to go, and we always feel torn. It's because we're following people who are literally walking in different directions. So as you're thinking about 2026 and chasing your dreams and setting goals, man, follow fewer people. Really think about who's going where I want to go, and then hit yourself and follow them. Man, I'm following Christ. I also really care about family and being a father, building a business, building a ministry. Man, I want to be strong spiritually. I want to have a strong family. I want to be strong fitness-wise, business-wise. That's where I'm going. Follow fewer people. All right, so this is part of having an ostomy. We're 20 minutes in, about halfway through the workout. And man, I gotta go to the bathroom, take care of my bag. It's getting in the way just a little bit. Let's take care of it. All right, got that taken care of. Literally, sometimes when you're moving, when you're walking, when you're doing crunches, it doesn't matter. You're moving your body, you're flexing. It just literally squeezes the you-know-what out of you and fills up your bag. And then it's obnoxious to work out with a bag of crap around your waist. So, all right, we're good. Gonna finish up. Got some deadlifts. I've got some flies to do, and then I got some abs. Let's finish this up. Also, who would have thought Northern Kentucky, Cincinnati, Ohio area, it'd be 60 degrees on Christmas. That never happens. But we're gonna take it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. 2 things that I'm wearing that I love, and I'm not affiliated with either of them, but I think they're awesome brands. Go one more, which is BPN, Bare Performance Nutrition. I love this quote: set the standard, hold the standard. What's the standard for you? What's the standard for your family? And a lot of you think about setting goals and habits, and I think that's part of it. But I think in my next YouTube video, I'm going to talk about casting vision, because I think setting goals is beginner level. I think casting vision is pro level, and that's where I want you to be. And then the other one, I just got these shorts, but I have multiple items from them, is Burlebo. Man, these shorts are awesome. I love the camo, but man, maybe the most comfortable shorts I've ever had. So super stoked about these. But finishing up a workout here on Christmas Day with some core, some abs. The goal is to get a 6-pack again. I used to be ripped, have a 6-pack. Gonna get that back. Gonna get it back. Oh, man. Whew. Feels good. There was something I wanted to say, but can't remember. It must not be that important.